providing a platform for the top scholar athletes in the DMV area. SASN.TV, the only high school sports network that features the top athletes in the DMV.
Hardwood floor here at DeMatha High School in Hyattsville, Maryland. We are set for game one of the Capital Hoop Summer League semifinals between the 9-3 Georgetown Prep Hoyas and the 9-3 Landon Bears. Game one of two tonight. Noah Schubert alongside Daniel Harris for SASN TV. You are watching Game Time Live, and Daniel, just seconds before tip-off here, we should be a treat.
Oh, we are in for a great treat. We're going to see some IAC rivals come together in this summer setting. Very rare. We had DeMatha and Gonzaga last night come and play. So we get to see a little bit of the conference rivals, get to see what a taste is in the regular season as both teams are getting ready to re-huddle before they have a tip-off. It's going to be an interesting game of this Final Four of this very eventful Capital Hoop Summer League season.
I mean, both teams kind of cruise to this tournament so far. Georgetown Prep first round 72-65 win versus the Potomac School, and then a 70-62 win versus Tacoma Academy. Akbar Wahid showing off what he had in the first round: 28 points, 8 rebounds, and shot 4 of 9 from 3, and had a double-double in round 2 with 16 points and 10 boards. And for Landon, 61-53 in the first round versus Spalding, with Ari Hobson leading the way, 15 points and 9 boards. And in the second round, a 77-54 rout versus Patriot, with Hobson contributing 16 points in that one.
Yeah, well, Akbar Wahid is basically my player to watch for Georgetown Prep, and then also for my player to watch for Landon, Tyler Perkins. First off, going off Akbar Wahid, can play make, can attack the rim, can drive and score at all 3 levels. Basically gaining a lot of interest, especially after a great showing at the DMV live period events these past few weekends and everything. And then Tyler Perkins has been the hottest recruit in the DC area either in public or private. Recently been picking up offers from James Madison and then also Dartmouth and William & Mary and American, among others. He is truly one of the hottest recruits, I think, with his slashing ability, scoring ability, and his basketball IQ. Definitely a player that's going to be well-deserved as the Capital Hoop Summer League MVP, and he's definitely going to be in a running for maybe IAC Player of the Year in the regular season. So we're going to be watching him a lot moving forward.
Well, I mean, the stats speak for themselves. Perkins, 25 points and about 7.5 rebounds per game, so he really can do it all, like you said. But on the other end, I'm really looking at Guap Cody, the 6'9" center for Georgetown Prep, averaging 6 points, 7.7 boards, and almost 2 blocks per game, who's also gotten a few offers come his way from the likes of UMBC, NJIT, Howard, and Mount St. Mary's, with surely more to come, as you can't resist a big man like that who's so young and already showing off his talent so well.
Yes, Guap Cody, you can't teach size like that at that young age especially. So it's going to be fun to see him grow, especially since he is very young. I believe he's a rising junior or a rising sophomore, I believe. Noah, correct me if I'm wrong, but he's young like that, young and lanky. That's perfect. By the time he is a senior, he is going to be a perfect nightmare matchup in the IAC and also in the DC area, and he could field for some Power 5 conferences offers as well moving forward.
So Georgetown Prep gets their starters onto the court: RJ Stewart, Lee Brunner, Akbar Wahid, along with Guap Cody and Colin Reynolds. And for Landon, the Christos Palkoyanis, among others, as we get set here, and Georgetown Prep wins the tip and starts things off.
Yeah, Georgetown Prep, look forward to see them be more of a defensive presence as Akbar Wahid hits the first 3-pointer for them, and then for Landon, look for a high-octane offense.
So RJ Stewart knocks it down from the top of the arc to get things started early. Landon now on the offensive. It'll be Frankie Menino. Driving inside, pull-up jumper off the mark for Christos Palkagiannis. Rebound to Georgetown Prep.
Georgetown Prep really have to. Biggest key to the games for Georgetown Prep is they have to be able to score and can't rely on just Waheed to be the playmaker, as Perkins gets a great steal right there.
And the easy lay-in goes down for Tyler Perkins. He has his first basket of the game, and it's 3-2 Hoyas.
Tyler Perkins, again, showing the reason why he has those Division I offers. Athleticism, can play at both ends, can get after it, high motor. Can't teach that.
Waheed inside to Cody. Guap Cody posts up. In the corner, three-pointer up and down. Back-to-back threes for R.J. Stewart. He's hot early. He's got 6.
I love it, love it. Stewart's going to be also a great marksmanship for his loss with the Hoyas, so you got to love it what he's doing, and can't wait to see what he's going to be doing next.
Inside, Patrick McDonough. No space. Ends it back with it, drives in. Frankie Menino with the basket. Lead down to 2 for the Hoyas, but still early. 14-10 on the clock in the first half. Guap Cody blocked by Perkins. My goodness, Tyler Perkins rose up and blocked Guap Cody on the other end. Losing it, Ari Hobson out of bounds, but it'll stay with Landon.
That block from Perkins, that impressed me already. That's already impressed me, I think. Perkins, he got up high.
Anytime you go up with someone who has at least 3 to 4 inches on you, it's impressive as he grabs the inbound. Gives it up, Joseph Coleman. Palkagiannis to Menino. Menino back to Coleman. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Wide open lane for Coleman. He takes it, lay-in off the mark. Rebound to Georgetown Prep. Early press by Landon, so makes Lee Brunner think about where he's going to go next. Brunner finds Reynolds. Inside to Cody, who's being pressed up by Menino. Cody, hook shot. Couldn't get it quite there, so Perkins ends up with the rebound and is guarded up the court by Colin Reynolds. Perkins gives it up. Three-pointer, no good. Rebound to Akbar Waheed.
Big rebound by Waheed. He's also a very good two-way player.
As there's Perkins in the lane again. On the other way, lay-in for Tyler Perkins. He's got 4.
That's what you get with Tyler Perkins, Noah. He is a two-way player. He loves to play defense, high motor. He's going to be a big key right there.
As Akbar Waheed drains a three-pointer, and the Hoyas start 3 for 3 from three-point land. All 9 of their points coming from behind the arc. Trying to answer, and doing so is Ari Hobson with his first basket of the game with a 3.
Hobson, great shot right there, and they got to get back on D. Landon right now.
Waheed, my goodness, Akbar Waheed back-to-back three-pointers, and we're just raining down here at DeMatha.
Looks like we got an old-fashioned three-point shootout right here almost in the first half.
Bears looking to answer. Palkagiannis looking for some room. Shot off, rebound to Guap Cody. Cody not quite a ball handler, so gives it up to Lee Brunner. Runs into a double team, and it's Bears ball. Tyler Perkins slows it down. Has Colin Reynolds playing up on him, so he gives it up to Joseph Coleman. Palkagiannis to Perkins. Perkins, open 3. Yes, sir. Tyler Perkins.
Tyler Perkins got a really great stroke right there. I really love that stroke that he has.
As Brunner has it poked away by Coleman, but it'll stay with the Hoyas. And we'll get a couple subs in for Georgetown Prep. Akeem Clark and Patrick McDonough take the court for the Hoyas. Sends Coleman and Reynolds. Brunner and Reynolds to the bench. Pass inside off of Joseph Coleman. So R.J. Stewart will inbound it again.
It's going to be interesting with what Landon's going to do with Guap. Are they going to make him stretch it out and force him to be a ball handler? or they're going to make it, or they're going to let him get some post touches in between.
Well, right now, Guap Cody has been very much taken care of as another three-pointer. First miss for the Hoyas and for Akbar Wahid, but inside, blocked by Perkins, was R.J. Stewart, and down the other end goes Joseph Coleman. Menino called for the travel, so a first turnover of this game. As for the Hoyas checking in, Tyler Garrett sends Guap Cody to the bench.
Again, one thing that I like about the advantage that Georgetown Prep has size. A little bit much more size than Landon does, so it's something that you have to take note of. Right now, I think Landon has the advantage on the guard play.
Down the other end come the Hoyas. Wahid, corner three, yes sir! And a timeout is called by the Landon Bears, and rightfully so, as you really can't let Akbar Wahid get too hot.
You cannot, no sir, you can't. They have to find a way. Landon has to make an adjustment, in this timeout to run Wahid off the dribble and just limit him and just try to making him a attacker, make him a slasher right now. Although he's really good at also slashing the rim as well. Just try to let him win off that, just win off getting to him at the rim. Because if you let him get in the three at this point, it's not going to be a good game for the Bears today.
Akbar Wahid with 8 points so far, 2 of 3 from three-point land, averaging 10.7 points going into this one, so he's creeping up into that territory. Of course, at 28-8 in round 1 and then 16-10 in round 2, so he's really heating it up in the playoffs.
Totally agree, and I think it's rightfully so. If he's playing like that right now, he's going to play like that probably in July, and hopefully it will translate into December in IAC play, and then also in as the start of the high school season.
So Georgetown Prep leads this one 15-12, 10:45 on the clock in the first half. Tyler Perkins taking a seat as Palkayanis pulls up, and Wahid grabs the rebound there. Wahid trips at half court, is able to get the pass off, three-pointer up, and hit the ugly spot for Tyler Garrett. Goes to Landon. Inside, blocked. And taking it the other end is Khalil Jackson.
Not liking how Georgetown Prep is kind of getting a little bit unraveled right here, Noah. It's going to be interesting, especially you can see the youth of their point guard play right now. Not really a fan of what's going on. Almost a turnover right then and there.
R.J. Stewart gives it up. Hakeem Clark turns it over, grabbed by Ari Hobson, and Perkins will be able to slow it down.
It's all about pace for the Bears right now. Right now, we're going to see Landon try to run some good offense right here.
His three-pointer falls short for Hobson. Rebound and one. Count the bucket for the Bears, as Frankie Menino will head to the free throw line for a three-point play.
One thing I love about Frankie Menino, he was out the weak side rebound right there. So one of the things that I was taught by a few college coaches back in the day is you got to make sure you find a weak side rebound. Is go opposite, because everyone's going to try to shoot and miss opposite. So great relocation, great find by Menino as we see some substitutions coming here.
Menino averaging 12 points and 7 rebounds per game leading to this one. A little quieter in the playoffs, but he's got 4. Can't get the 5th to go as Tyler Garrett grabs the board, and up the court, Hoyas have numbers, but Landon recovers. McDonough in the corner for 3. Off the mark, rebound, ends up somehow. Landon recovers. Perkins up the court. Menino inside. Rising up and grabbing the rebound is Hakeem Clark, and he's got it the other way. Clark Euro steps. My goodness, what a move from Hakeem Clark.
Hakeem Clark, great slasher right there, going coast to coast. Just confident with the ball, make easy layup, love it.
Clark with his first basket of the game extends the lead to 3 for the Hoyas, 17-14. Perkins looks to answer three-pointer. Fell down, no foul called. Waheed with the rebound. Inside, McDonough from the corner. Off the front of the rim, and Menino grabs the board. Perkins takes it inside, kicks it out. There's a drive into the lane from Joseph Coleman, who put the floater off the front of the rim. The rebound went to the Hoyas. Waheed for three. Too strong. Menino going the other way. Frankie Menino slows it down and gives it back up to Perkins. Wide open three. No good for Cooper Gleason. A couple of unsuccessful possessions are shared by these two teams. McDonough will try his luck and cashes in. Patrick McDonough with his first three-pointer in 3 tries.
Patrick McDonough, it looks like he's a shooter as well, but they got to find a way to create a spin off of him. I think that's the biggest issue right here.
As Garrett grabs the rebound, and R.J. Stewart is feeling the heat from Joseph Coleman, able to get it off. Waheed down the baseline, off the glass. And that was some foul money from Akbar Waheed. I don't think he realized how open he was in the one-on-one.
Totally agree. Totally agree. They don't realize that yet until after the fact.
Three-pointer, no good. Rebound to Tyler Garrett. Landed in a kind of a precarious position now, down 8 as McDonough pulls up for 3 again. And Patrick McDonough is back-to-back three-pointers. And it's a double-digit lead for the Hoyas all of a sudden.
All he needed to do was just get a little bit of confidence, and McDonough's going to hit shots. That's all he needs.
Georgetown Prep leads this one 25-14 with 6.5 in the first half. Only one foul has been called between these two teams as Menino pulls up for a long-range 2. And once again, Tyler Garrett with the rebound. Garrett, Waheed in the corner. Pulls up, short. But right there in the right place is Akeem Clark, who gives it right back up to Tyler Perkins. Perkins behind his back. Forced out by Garrett. And there's McDonough with the steal. Other way, block is called. It'll send R.J. Stewart to the line to shoot 2 free throws. Stewart 13 for 24. So just over 50% as that one makes his way around the hoop and out. As a few subs come in for both sides. Guap Cody and Colin Reynolds for Georgetown Prep. And Ethan Apergis makes his first appearance for Landon, along with Michael Heeman.
Another player we have not seen yet from Georgetown Prep that's also been getting a lot of buzz is Frank Sakia Bay. I remember last time we covered him earlier during the regular season. He has not gotten into the game yet. It'll be interesting to see if he comes in the game. He brings in a different dynamic as well with him and Cody playing at the same time.
Stewart will try his luck with a second free throw and find more success, and he'll head to the bench in favor of Lee Brunner. 26-14 lead for Georgetown Prep, 5:53 in the first half. Landon's going to have to find some baskets to stay in contention.
Yeah, so I think one of the things, Noah, that Landon has to do, they have to find a way to run some offense. They haven't ran some good sets in a little bit. They've just been trying to just force some shots, but great shot right there by the Bears.
Pakogiannis from the free throw line puts up the 2, cuts the lead to 10. But Waheed again in the corner, and you really can't leave him open, but he doesn't miss many. Missed it there. McDonough off the mark himself. Pakogiannis with the rebound. Colin Reynolds sticking with him down the court. No room inside for Justice Turner. It's a long-range 3. Cash it for Michael Heeman. So he got into the game and gets himself into the box score. He even had 14 points in the last game as Reynolds inside, count the basket and one. So Colin Reynolds will step up to the free throw line.
Reynolds almost dunked on him, I realized. Did you see how high he went up?
He rose all the way up, and I think the only thing stopping him from a rim rocker was maybe just a couple inches.
I highly agree. I think he could have had a rim. We could have had a rim rocker right then and there.
Lead back up to 9 for the Hoyas. It's Palkagianis. Guarded up by Cody, and Cody with the block. Christos Palkagianis shaken up a little bit, but Cody has it stolen midair by Tyler Perkins. Perkins, who's been quiet for the past few minutes. Running the point guard role on offense. Justice Turner, Palkagianis back to Perkins. Palkagianis inside, foul called on the floor. And I believe that they'll call that on Lee Brunner, who got him for a jersey tug. That's the second team foul on Georgetown. Landon with 2 themselves, but both were shooting fouls, which resulted in 2 points between both, as Palkagianis guarded up by Guap Cody, as the rebound is fought for by McDonough and Heeman, and the possession arrow is in favor of the Hoyas. I believe. I guess they're calling Landon basketball on the inbounds.
Kind of a little bit sketchy about that call right there, but you know, we'll take what we can get with it.
I think they could have given McDonough a couple more seconds to grab that one as Perkins tried to draw the foul, looked like, and he grabbed his own rebound. Put back no good. And the trap on the baseline worked like magic as Lee Brunner had to just throw it away.
I tried to get the ball, I just couldn't. So
yeah, sailed right over our heads.
Yeah.
There's only so much you can do without breaking everything on this table.
Totally agree. Shout out to the owner of SASN, Chris Bryant. I think he would have been very upset if we tried to get the ball, and I think any of this equipment broke. So.
Devin Stewart in the game for Landon, along with Ari Hobson, who pulls up. Guap Cody with the rebound. Cody feeling it from Perkins, who's all over the floor as Heeman tries another three. Too strong. Perkins there with the rebound. Reverse lay-in is good. Tyler Perkins back on the board. Perkins doing it all offensively, defensively, grabbing rebounds. He's driving inside is Reynolds. He's fouled and he'll shoot 2.
As you see right there, not a good foul, not a good call, but right there, you can't be fouling people like that, especially 3 minutes. You know, you try to limit I know the foul count is very low, but you know, I didn't like that foul call right there. You know, really, I just didn't like that. Not a good foul, especially if it's a free throw shooter right now in the first half and they got a big lead. I think right now, though, Noah, one thing that needs to see Landon is they have to really run some offense. They're trying to force up some bad shots that they don't need right now. So once they get some really good offense in there, and that's where everything's going to be coming through.
It's Colin Reynolds 1 for 2 from the line on that trip, and Palkagianis will take it up. 3-pointer off the mark for Devin Stewart. And down the other way, laying in, 1 for Lee Brunner.
Lee Brunner, again, just going strong to the basket, just going in there, not being afraid. They're gonna have to get used to it too, because they're gonna play each other twice during the winter. During the winter for IAC. So these two play against each other a lot in these games. Although it is a rivalry a little bit. I don't know if it's the major rivalry. I may be wrong. I'll double check, but it's a big deal when these two play against each other. It's
3 points for Lee Brunner. He had 12 points and 8 boards in The second round win versus Tacoma Academy, who was undefeated before they ran into Georgetown Prep. Perkins guarded up by Reynolds. Perkins pulls up for three, short. Rebound goes to Colin Reynolds. Akbar Waheed pulls up and down. Waheed's got 12 in the first half, and Georgetown Prep leads this one by 14 with just about 2:20 left before halftime.
I love Akbar Waheed's game. It's very smooth, very smooth, very patient. He's long, knows how to get skill, but great steal by Tyler Perkins right there.
Perkins, he missed the shot, but he decided not to give up on the play, and he is rewarded with a lay-in. Just absolutely relentless defense, and there's Akbar Waheed from three again, and you really can't leave this guy open, can you?
No, you can't. You can't leave him open, and that's one of the coolest things about him. You can't leave him open. He is too lethal.
As Waheed has three made three-pointers, and the steal was started by Brunner and ended up in the hands of Colin Reynolds. As three-pointer is good for Colin Reynolds. He's got 7. It's back-to-back made threes for the Hoyas.
Again, not bad for the Hoyas. They're getting hot at the right time, and they're extending that lead.
Long range 2 is good for Ari Hobson. He's got 5. We reach a minute to go. Waheed, Colin Reynolds. Hoyas work it around the arc. Colin Reynolds spins inside, shot, and one! And these kids just have a nose for the fouls, don't they?
I love how Georgetown Prep, one thing I'll give the credit to both teams, especially Georgetown Prep and Colin Reynolds, they're playing off 2 feet. They're not going off like one hand and whatnot. They're playing off 2 feet, getting the foul call, drawing the call and everything, just being patient here for moving forward. And that's the coolest thing that I like to see. So yeah.
So Reynolds will be at the line. Reynolds free throw off the mark. It's a lane violation, I believe is called. And we'll get a substitution in. Reynolds heads to the bench in favor of Akeem Clark. But Georgetown Prep's dropped 43 points in the first half to Landon's 25, and the Bears are going to have a lot to make up for in these last 40 seconds and the next 16 minutes.
Totally agree. Totally agree, Noah. By the way, we have a special guest that's going to be joining us in the second half, so stay tuned moving forward. But yes, I totally agree. Landon has a lot of catching up to do against Georgetown Prep.
Three-pointer. No good. Rebound to Akeem Clark. Menino with the steal. Up the court and blocked by Clark. Khalil Jackson tried to go up. Clark said no thank you, but the foul was called on the shot. Khalil Jackson will shoot 2 free throws.
I love that block by Clark. He's very athletic. I would not be surprised if we see a few offers from him very soon. So.
And I wasn't so sure about that foul call either. The block looked pretty clean from Clark, but Khalil Jackson will shoot 2.
Totally agree. It's not much. I didn't really like that foul call either. I think it was on the floor. It's a little bit of a late makeup call, I think, for earlier.
Well, just over 8 seconds left, and have ourselves a 17-point game. Make it a 16-point game as Khalil Jackson goes 2 for 2 from the line. And the Hoyas basically throw it out of bounds.
Turnovers is not a big issue for both teams because they got solid guard play again, but it's a little bit more worrisome about the guard play on Georgetown Prep a bit. So turnovers are a big key thing for them.
Menino to Tyler Perkins. Perkins with 2. puts up the shot, no good, and that'll be it for the first half. Georgetown Prep Hoyas lead this one 43-27. We'll take a quick break and be back for halftime analysis right here on the Scholar Athlete Sports Network at the Cattle Hoop Summer League at DeMatha High School in Hyattsville, Maryland. And back out of halftime, it is Georgetown Prep and Landon for the semifinals here at the Capital Hoop Summer League at DeMatha High School. Georgetown Prep leads this one 43-27, and it was really a first half of made shots and not so made shots, wasn't it, Daniel?
Oh, totally agree. And then first and foremost, before I continue, we want to introduce the Capital Hoops intern, Noah Whitaker. He's going to be on with us with us for the rest of the game today. Yeah, it's a make or miss game these days, and Georgetown Prep 9 for 17 from three, and then 15 for 27 overall from the field. Totally not the best shooting night for Georgetown Prep. I think they got to be a little bit more patient. But Akbar Wahid with 16 points coming out of ending the first half. He's been on fire. Definitely have to find him, and definitely have to find RJ Stewart as well. So they've been doing a fantastic job so far.
From the Landon perspective, I feel like somebody has to step up alongside Tyler Perkins. He's doing everything right now, 11 points, 6 steals. But most importantly, their interior defense, that has to be, once you solidify the inside of the defense, then now transpire to the perimeter, which they're giving up, like you said, 9 made shots from the three. Georgetown Prep is blazing hot, so let's see if they come out with a focus, Landon. See if they come out with a focus and defend the perimeter and definitely defend the inside.
That's Guap Cody on the inside, knocks down the basket. Cody was a little cold in the first half, did not make a single shot, but he's got 2 there to start things off.
Let's see what Tyler Perkins does right here. This is the Frankie. Menino
to Ari Hobson.
Yeah, look, right here it's a lot of stagnation on offense. Right there, pick. Oh, good move.
As Cody with the block out of bounds on Frankie Menino. Inbounds for Georgetown Prep with 8 seconds, or pardon me, Landon with 8 seconds to go on the shot clock.
One thing I love about Cody is that in order for him to get active, I think he just needs to get a couple defensive stops and get a couple more extra rebounds to get active, and then maybe get a few post-ups set up by the guards by Georgetown Prep.
As the shot forced up by Ari Hobson at the front of the rim, rebound to the Hoyas. Wahid from the corner off, and going up for the rebound, or trying to, was Colin Reynolds, who tipped it out of bounds, and it'll be Landon Bears' ball underneath their own basket.
Yeah, look, it just looks like they're getting outmatched in terms of hustle points that don't show up on the stat sheet. The athleticism is definitely showing for Georgetown Prep, and hopefully Landon can match it or somehow figure out some sets to get around it.
As here come the Bears, corner 3 off, rebound goes to Perkins, and I believe that will be a travel call.
How is that a travel though?
That's a good question. That is a good question that we're going to have to ask. I think Noah could have talked to the refs about that.
Well, I believe that Perkins, he put up the shot, it got blocked initially, then he grabbed it again, so it didn't actually hit the rim, as Cody couldn't grab that one. And Joseph Coleman will take it the other way.
Maybe incorporate some pick and roll sets right here. Get Tyler Perkins more involved on the ball instead of off the ball.
Menino forced to give it up. 3-pointer up. Short. Rebound to Lee Brunner.
Yeah, they got to get back on defense.
RJ Stewart, what a lay-in, but doesn't go in. Got fouled on the shot.
So what I'm noticing is that Landon's getting beat on the press, and then they're not hustling back. And then right there you get fast break opportunities. So what are you saying?
I'm seeing the same thing. You're doing fine. Your first time on the air, Noah. You're doing fine. I think you're saying everything what we're seeing as well. Landon's not getting back on defense right there. They have to get stops, and that's what they're letting almost a 12-point lead almost.
It's like a one-sided track meet.
Exactly, and that's not going to help them advance moving on to tomorrow, where they either play the winner of Hayfield or DeMatha, where both teams have an advantage of going back and forth and going like in transition. So,
as RJ Stewart makes it a 20-point game with 13:45 to go in the second half. Landon going to need a lot of help to get out of this one, but Georgetown Prep not taking their foot off the gas one bit, as Cody blocks Perkins, who tried the reverse lay-in.
He should have swung it to the outside right there to Cristo Pacagiannis.
Reynolds in the corner, puts up a three short, grabs his own rebound.
Look at that. Offensive rebounds, got to get those. It's the hustle points.
Waheed inside, fouled on his shot, and he'll shoot 2 free throws.
Now going, flashing back, watching Landon throughout the summer league, the way they won these games, the way they got to this point is by out hustling, doing the things, the dirty work. Tyler Perkins taking over. Other players stepping up, hitting clutch shots, three-point shots all around the perimeter. They were blazing hot from three-point territory themselves. And I'm just not seeing it right now. I'm not seeing the heart. Like right now, it's the Final Four. You got put your all into it.
Akbar Waheed makes his second free throw. He's got 17, and the Hoyas have a 21-point lead with 13 and a quarter.
Motion set right here. Surveying the floor.
Joseph Coleman. Michael Heeman. Heeman gets it back. Guarded up by Akbar Waheed.
Maybe some more rub action, some more high ball screens. That's a good shot right there.
Menino, no good. Perkins dives right into the table. SASN up close and personal with Tyler Perkins there.
Maybe we should go move up back up to upstairs, upstairs to the booth. I'm scared about the equipment.
And I believe a technical foul was just called on. Looked like someone got called for a tech, but maybe not.
Shot clock violation. Take out on the side right here.
As there's Waheed. Takes the inbound.
I like Waheed's game. He's very patient, poised. I like what he does on and off the ball. He doesn't demand the ball, doesn't demand a high usage rate on the ball. So I think that's a big success into what Georgetown Prep is doing right now. Moving the ball right there. That's a good shot.
Akeem Clark for 3. Clark's got 5, his first made three-pointer. It's Perkins inside.
Got to get something.
He's fouled on the shot. It'll send him to the line for 2. I mean, Tyler Perkins, usually someone who we see take over games himself, and he had 11 points in the first half, and this is really his first opportunity at a basket in the second half. And we're almost 4 minutes into the second period as he drains the first free throw.
Yeah, that's much credit to Georgetown Prep's on-ball defense, making things uncomfortable for Perkins. And he's just had a great summer league, so there's still some time left on the clock. Maybe we could see him turn it up a bit.
I mean, saying he had a great summer league is kind of an understatement. The Summer League Player of the Year, and almost doesn't have to be said, first team all Summer League as Cody wide open under the basket and takes advantage of it.
Definitely love seeing Cody getting back active. I think Cody has to get a little couple of rim runs in to get a little active for Georgetown Prep. But as you're saying, Noah, Tyler Perkins struggling a little bit. What do you think Landon has to do to get him open? You said earlier get him the ball a little bit more instead of playing off ball. So
and if he is going to play off ball, more sets ran for him, more rub action, more screens, more backdoor cuts, just different looks for him. Confuse the Georgetown Prep defense. That's a good shot right
as
there.
Heeman knocks down a 3.
And you want to get him more involved. Perkins has a high motor, but the thing that's lacking right now is another on-ball creator for Landon, because you are asking him to do a lot, and right now you just got to put the ball in his hands and see if he can make some magic. Hopefully his teammates can start hitting outside shots.
Subbing into the game for Landon, A.J. Harrison for the first time, along with Khalil Jackson, who has 2 points. Squap Cody goes to the bench in favor of Tyler Garrett, who grabbed 6 rebounds in the first half.
Let's see what they do out of bounds right here. Jab step.
There's Akeem Clark. Gives it up to McDonough. McDonough tried to swing it inside Akbar Wahid and
that's
blocked. Menino rose right up.
He's a great utility player. He's one of the most underrated players that I watched over the course of this summer league.
Love the block, too. I love it.
As inside goes Tyler Garrett.
Picks up the rebound, too. See what Perkins does right here. Pull up.
Rims out. Foul called. It'll be on Akbar Wahid. He was called for the foul on Michael Heeman. 10:43 to go in the second half. Georgetown Prep 53, Landon 32. So a nice, comfortable 21-point lead for the Hoyas. And at this point, it's kind of just don't lose it down the stretch. But
yeah, yesterday they gave a Tacoma undefeated team coming into that game, the number 2 seed. They were down by double digits.
As Heeman from the corner drains that one.
Against Georgetown Prep, and then Georgetown Prep started to let their foot off the gas. Juwan Gray started to turn up a little bit. And if not for a couple turnovers, maybe we would have seen Tacoma. But much respect to Georgetown Prep and what they got going on. But like you said, double-digit lead once again, and this is to get into the championship. Landon has to find some offensive firepower. Maybe they should relax trying to press 94 feet because they aren't really forcing that many turnovers. I think maybe they should come back into half-court defense and go from there, maybe slow the game down a little bit, and then maybe create some advantageous opportunities from the defensive end. And maybe we can see them chip away on this lead. But in terms of Georgetown Prep, like I said, not taking your foot off the gas, keep doing what you're doing. If they're going to keep pressing you, just keep passing the ball ahead, breaking the press, finding the open shooters. Because at half, they were 9 for 17, and it doesn't look like they're slowing down. So
no, they've made a few shots from deep in this half, too. And anytime a team hits double-digit 3 points made, you know that you're in trouble. And Landon is definitely going to have to step up their defense if they want even a shot at getting this one a little bit closer than it is right now. Again, 21 points, 53-35 lead, or I guess it's now 18.
And that's also a confidence thing. When, as a team, if you see so many outside shots falling in, you just feel like every shot you take is just going to go in. The rim is humongous. It's an ocean. You can just hit every shot. So right now, I think with that confidence and the way they're putting the pressure on Landon, I don't think. But who knows? It's basketball. It's a bunch of minutes left. We'll see what goes on.
All I know is Noah, both Noahs. I think he got the job. This was his audition, so I think he got the job after 15 minutes. So
Reynolds will inbound it for the Hoyas. On the court with him are Lee Brunner and Patrick McDonough. It's Brunner gets it in. McDonough back to Colin Reynolds. Akbar Wahid on the bench. Keem Clark drives inside, left-handed floater. Off, rebound goes to Frankie Menino.
Like right there, you like those type of shots. You like the uncomfortable shots. Now you have to turn up the pressure right here. Perkins, that's a good shot right there.
As Perkins makes the three-pointer. He wanted a foul there, but got 3 points, maybe wanted a chance at 4. Long range, 2 short.
Now in terms of what Georgetown Prep is doing, hopefully they don't get rushed up. Right here, they're checking back in. Wahid, somebody, like I said, is poised. And beating a fast break, you don't have to rush a shot. You have a shot clock. You had a bunch of time. Right there, that was a necessary shot to take.
totally agree with you on that one, Noah. Totally agree.
Heeman to Perkins. Perkins guarded up by Colin Reynolds. Tries to drive inside.
They're doubling now. That's where outside shooters, yeah. That's a good look, though. That's a good look.
It's Wahid with the rebound. So McDonough, Perkins. Defense on McDonough. Lee Brunner, Colin Reynolds for 3.
A bunch of dribble drive action. That's a good shot.
It's Colin Reynolds. He's got 12 points and puts the lead back up. It's an 18-point game. Looking for the answer, not getting it. As Heeman rebound to Lee Brunner. He's got fast break and numbers. McDonough, pull-up jumper, too strong. Perkins. Reynolds meeting him at half court and taking him all the way.
That's a bad pass.
Ill-advised pass inside. McDonough grabs it and gives it to Akbar Waheed, who will take it himself. Move inside, back door, pass.
Good shot.
Leads to Colin Reynolds, made jumper. Reynolds has back-to-back made baskets.
That was a great pass by Waheed down there. It looked like
There's a three-pointer for A.J. Harrison, who gets himself in the game.
it looked like Perkins was trying to take the charge for a minute. Good steal right there by Frankie. But then Waheed ended up passing out of it. That's a good shot.
Nino pulls up, and 5 straight points for Landon, and this lead is getting cut down to 15.
Mr. Utility guy. I love Frankie's game. He just makes all the smart plays, both ends.
Driving inside, and the reverse layup. Colin Reynolds reaching into his bag and pulling that out.
And the crazy thing about it is Menino is 2025, so we're going to see maybe 2 more years of him in the summer league.
He tested himself against Akbar Waheed and lost to the rim.
Oh, yeah, you got to get back. Landon's got to get back there. It seems like every time Georgetown Prep is coming down the floor, they have numbers. Oh, Tyler's got to push it right here.
Perkins guarded up by Reynolds. Forced to stop, gives it up to Heeman. Three-pointer, count it.
That's a good shot.
As Landon starts to get hot from 3, but is it enough? Still down 14. McDonough inside, underneath the basket. Almost grabbing his own rebound, unable to, was Tyler Garrett, and there's Menino on the other end. Menino off the glass. Ends up with Brunner. McDonough. And Colin Reynolds can't control that one. It'll be Landon ball. We'll get a couple subs in for the Bears, but quite a turn of events for Landon that we've seen.
Yeah, one of the things I've seen about Landon is, yes, they're finding their open shooters. They're finding Heaton as well, but they're rushing. You can tell that they're gassed already. They need to slow down and really run some offense. I think Noah can agree with me, too. If they want to win, they got to run some offense and find a good shot instead of taking any shot. Like right there, that's not a good shot right there. Run some offense, settle down a little bit.
Not quite sure how many timeouts left for Haj Turner, but inside Perkins saying, I can do it myself.
He got away with one right there with a little forearm, but we'll take those points right there if we're the Landon faithful.
Perkins has 17. McDonough. Energy begins to build at DeMatha. Crowd getting into a little more. Get down to 6 minutes left. Waheed, long range 3. Yes, sir, Akbar Waheed.
Looks like he can't miss today.
Waheed's got 20. I believe that's his 4th or 5th made three-pointer. Inside, losing it is Ari Hobson. McDonough on the other end. And he's fouled.
McDonough's been having a quiet good game a little bit, just impacting, doing the little things right. He was a little bit cold in the first half, but now he's now he's making some shots, attacking the rim, being confident. You know, I like McDonough's style. I like it. As we see a few of the DeMatha players getting ready for their game in our part 2 of our doubleheader. Noah, is that right? Correct me if I'm wrong. We got another one.
Yes, sir. DeMatha versus Hayfield. That's a heavyweight matchup right there. I got word that Jaden Winston is going to play point guard for DeMatha. So yesterday he turned his ankle, but got word that he might play today. So that's a good look.
It's McDonough 2 for 2 on his trip. A 40% shooter in this tournament, but 100% right there. He's got 8, and the lead back up to 17 for Georgetown Preps after all that. Landon really not getting much ground on the Hoyas. With just about 5.5 to go, they really have to start putting out some shots.
Yeah, 5.5 to go, and you got Tyler Perkins on the bench. I don't understand that move, but you need your best player out there
as a shot clock violation will be called. Looked like that Cooper Gleason was debating that, thought that Guap Cody had touched the shot, blocked it somehow, but to no avail from the refs, as the men in the striped uniforms do have the final say when it's all said and done. RJ Stewart, Akbar Wahid from the corner.
Oh, even that one looked good. Rim out. Yeah, a lot of stagnation on offense by Landon. Let's see what they can do right here. Another quick pull.
Long range, too short. McDonough up the court. Inside, Wahid splits the defenders, grabs his own board, puts it up. Neither shots go in, and Landon will take it on the other end. Tyler Perkins still on the bench. He's at the scorer's table, desperately trying to get his way in the game.
Yeah, quick passes, movement around the perimeter. That's going to get you better looks.
Coleman.
Right there, that's a good look.
To the corner, three-pointer, in and out for Hobson. Guap Cody grabs the board. Stewart splits the defenders. Wahid for three.
Another one.
Akbar Wahid's got 23 points and countless made three-pointers.
Theme of the game is hit your shots, and Georgetown Prep has been hitting their shots today.
As that shot was definitely not hit for Frankie Menino. Landon looking for a tip off of Akbar Wahid, as Tyler Perkins does get in the game along with Michael Heeman.
I just want to give the flowers to Landon. Me personally, and just talking to a bunch of people, nobody would have thought that Landon would have got this far, and it's just a great story.
As there's a shot and one for Lee Brunner.
Tyler Perkins winning MVP is definitely a special case, as he had a monster stat line. He had a couple 30-point outings, and they went toe-to-toe with DeMatha, who we're about to see too. So this is great for basketball, great for Summer League going forward, proving that any team is possible to winning the whole thing.
And Landon has one of the toughest schedules. I mean, they played 5 of your top 10 finishers and went 2-3 in those games. I mean, they lost to Tacoma Academy and DeMatha, both who finished the season undefeated. And in the game against Fairfax Christian, you can pretty much wipe that one off the books. They were missing pretty much all their starters, lost by 61, but that one doesn't really count. So they came into the playoffs, came all the way to the semifinals, and pretty much ran into a wall here against Georgetown Prep as Lee Brunner makes his free throw.
And that WCAC bump is a little bit different, but going forward, unfortunately, we won't get to see another year of Tyler Perkins in this summer league, but going forward, we can have good confidence that Landon might be back right there still.
Palkayanis for three. Off, grabs his own rebound, kicks it out to the corner for Perkins. Over Cody, and Tyler Perkins not afraid of the 6'9" Guap Cody one bit.
Ooh, ref got that one a little bit mixed up. It should be going the other way. But also much credit to Georgetown Prep too, because wouldn't have thought they would have got this far too. They had a tough draw over the course of their schedule. They were often placed on usually the best teams, quote unquote, best teams are put on the first court. But with Georgetown Prep, they were on the second court a lot, so it wasn't. Not a lot of people really got to see who they were and what they could bring to the table. And now we're seeing firsthand that they could be a force coming up and over the fall and going forward.
I mean, whatever matchup we get tomorrow, if it's DeMatha or the Hawks who win this next game we have, they will have quite the opponent in Georgetown Prep, as Guap Cody providing the defense underneath the basket and ends up back with the Landon Bears with 20 seconds on the shot clock.
My one advice, though, for Georgetown Prep is these double-digit leads, or even breaking the press, or when they're sped up, I want to see more control, more poise. If that's the case, why he has to be the main ball handler, I think, in my eyes. because DeMatha and the Hawks like to speed up their opponents.
Perkins pulls up for 2, and a timeout will be called by head coach Haj Turner.
They have really good guards on their end. So it's really, in basketball, I think when you win, it comes down to your guards. As proof in the pudding is Landon. Tyler Perkins is one of their guards. He had a big summer league, and he's one of the key factors to them getting this far. And same goes for Georgetown Prep, their guards too. Now, whoever Georgetown Prep, if they do win this, finish out these 3 minutes, they have to take into account that whoever they play, the guards are they're gonna come at them. It's not gonna be easy for them. So it should be a good one tomorrow, though.
It's Tyler Perkins with 22 points for himself, but really not much help surrounding him. But Michael Heeman with 12, but the rest of the roster a little bit stale tonight, and you really can't win basketball games with just 2 guys contributing. So I think Landon kind of fell victim to their own inability to spread the ball around and get shots up. I mean, we see them grabbing 2-3 rebounds per possession, but not able to culminate in any points. And I wouldn't be surprised if Tyler Perkins ends up tonight putting up 25 or 30 shots in this game.
And I totally agree with you, Noah, on that. I think this is one of the things about Summer League that's the best thing. You get to see what you have for the fall. And I think the biggest thing that Landon has to take away from that is somebody other than Tyler, they have to step up. And it's showing their depth and showing the coaching staff at Landon, okay, we need to figure out a way how to get more players involved, and you can't have Tyler be the one-man show. And that's one of the things that I credit to all the teams. The best teams are the most balanced teams, not balanced teams in the area, and that's when you're going to win. As Tyler Perkins hits a great 3.
That was a step-back 3-pointer for Tyler Perkins right in the face of Patrick McDonough.
I love Frankie Menino. I think he's more of a connector piece, though. He makes all the smart plays on both ends. But I think as your second best player going into the fall, I think Landon definitely has to see if maybe they could poach another creator to go alongside Perkins to compete. I think they'll have a good chance. They won't be a slouch to any other team. Right there, Perkins with another rebound.
There's R.J. Stewart with the lay-in on the other end off the inbound for the Hoyas. And now Landon looking to answer with 2.5 to go before the final buzzer sounds on the Bears season. Inside, great vision. Cody gets all of that ball. A little bit of a mismatch with Khalil Jackson. And on the other end, it's Akbar Waheed. Tyler Perkins went up, fouled him, and Waheed will head to the line for 2.
I had the privilege of talking to Tyler Perkins during the DMV live sessions, and he told me that all this is just a testament to his hard work, and he picked up a couple D1 offers. He recently went on to visit the Towson University, so we could see over the course of the fall him picking up possibly some more offers due to his sheer ability to just get any bucket he wants. He has good size, good frame. And one thing I noticed that he should work on his right hand, but once that comes around, he's going to be unstoppable.
Waheed 2 for 2 from the line. He's got 25.
He's had a great game.
Georgetown Prep 75-56 as Perkins finally gets a foul call on one of his threes. So he'll shoot 3 free throws, but down by 19.
He's been doing a little bit of the James Harden today on those three-point attempts, trying to. I respect it, though. Get you an extra point or another 3 shots, and it finally came around.
And on the foul count, neither team has really gotten into foul trouble. Right now, Landon has 6 team fouls. Georgetown Prep has 3 in the second half. Of course, for the Capital Hoop Summer League, there is no double bonus. So at the 7th foul mark and onwards, it's just shooting 1 and 1.
Gotta hit your free throws, though.
Perkins goes 2 for 3.
They gotta watch the long ball right here.
Perkins has 27.
Oh, yes. Perkins with another steal.
Tyler Perkins pulls up for 3 short. Rebound to Akbar Wahid,
Another
as it's
steal.
stolen by Perkins. I wouldn't be surprised if he had a double-double in points and steals. It's a long ball, way off for Christian Palkayanis. But Tyler Perkins must have 10, 11, 12 steals to go along with 27 points, and he might have a triple-double, points, rebounds, and steals.
That's pretty rare.
Akbar Wahid will try his luck.
Another one.
Boy, oh boy, is he hot.
You could just see the confidence oozing from him today.
Looking to answer were the Bears, and here comes R.J. Stewart laying off the mark.
Yeah, right now Georgetown Prep should be trying to run down this clock because they have it in the bag. But
and there's Patrick McDonough getting a piece of that one, flying in from the key, reinvigorating this gym.
Oh.
And trying a flush for Colin Reynolds.
I think right now's a good time to just slow it down, run some offense.
Reynolds will try again and took a hard fall as Perkins went up with it, and that's the danger of trying to.
That's why, hopefully he's all right.
He's on the floor, and he's in a lot of pain.
I believe it might be his wrist.
Oh, Perkins challenged him on the dunk, and take a quick break Colin Reynolds will get up. It's the crowd.
To prevent things like that, gotta run out the clock. Just patience. You got it in the bag.
I think that might be the sign from the basketball gods that Georgetown Prep just kind of needs to chew the shot clock here.
Especially get your imported pieces from off the floor in case of rare occurrences of injury.
Reynolds,
but he's all right.
Makes the first free throw. It looks like they called maybe a flagrant on Tyler Perkins. So Reynolds goes 2 for 2, and it'll be Hoya ball underneath the basket. Colin Reynolds with 18 points to complement Akbar Wahid's 28. Inbound of the ball will be R.J. Stewart.
What are you guys looking forward to most for this next game, DeMatha versus the Hawks?
Well, they played against each other in the first week of Summer League, so I'm really looking forward to seeing the adjustments that the guard play that that the Hawks are going to do. DJ Holloway has to be better with the ball. He was a little bit careless last game versus the Tenley Tigers. I also want to see how's DeMatha going to adjust with getting David King, who had 29 and 16 rebounds
He's a
last night.
double-double machine.
Totally a double-double machine. So that's the one thing I'm looking for. And then with DeMatha, if Winston is healthy and ready to go, I'm looking forward to seeing what Winston can do. But I'm looking forward to seeing what Thomas is going to do with the matchup versus Greg Jones. Is Greg Jones going to stretch out the floor, or he's going to just take over and go inside? So that's one of the things. It's going to be the different styles of cast, but it's going to be a little bit of an underdog game with Hayfield just getting off of the state championship this past year, and DeMatha being DeMatha, the host of the Summer League, and then also the premier team in the DC area. It's going to be interesting to see moving forward, and we'll have Marquell Samuels also on the call as well for that game.
As Michael Heeman was fouled by Guap Cody, Tyler Perkins heads to the bench with an ovation from the crowd. It'll probably be his last time he sees the court. He had 27 points in the losing effort. And
great game by him. Great Summer League. Was a joy to watch him. Hopefully I can catch a couple games during the fall, but definitely on the college level, I know I'll be watching him on ESPN.
And it looks like the Hoyas are finally going to dribble it out, and they will win this one. Final score, Georgetown Prep 80, Landon 60. Akbar Wahid leading the way with 28 points for the Hoyas, and Tyler Perkins with 27 on the other side. But at the end of the day, the three-pointers and the made shots were just too much for Landon.
Yeah, theme of the game was hitting open shots, breaking the press, and just having the motor. They wanted, it looked like they wanted it more, and Landon, they played hard, but Georgetown Prep, they came out with a focus of what they're about to do is go to the championship. Overall, it was a great game. Great prospects all around the floor. Great basketball. Now we can enjoy this second matchup.
And as you said, the Georgetown Prep Hoyas are on to the Summer League Championship game. They'll face the winner of the game that's about to unfold in front of us in about 20 minutes' time. And for the Scholar Athlete Sports Network, this has been Noah Schubert alongside Daniel Harrison, Noah Whitaker. Of course, Georgetown Prep wins this last game 80-60 over the Landon Bears. Stay tuned for DeMatha versus the Hawks coming up in just a little bit. You are watching the Scholar Athlete Sports Network Game Time Live.